Do you hear that?
Yeah, buddy. Wait. Here we go. Yeah.
That's the sound of Ronnie Coleman picking up another peanut at Metroflex. Do you hear that? That sounds like someone's curling in the squat rack again at the gym. Whoa! Do you hear that?
3, 4, 5.
That's the sound of the lunk alarm going off at the local Planet Fitness from someone deadlifting. Alright, so what's going on, everybody, and welcome to this video. And today we're going to be talking about, do blind people have supersonic hearing, or has my hearing heightened since I've lost my sight? And I think this is probably one of the most popular questions I get asked when I'm talking to people. If I'm just sitting there talking to someone who is curious and they're asking me questions, this is probably one of the most popular questions, and that is my hearing heightened? Or, do I hear better now that I can't see? And of course I didn't lose my sight until I was 20 years old, so I know kind of both sides of the story, both sides of the spectrum, and I think that, I'm going to be solely speaking off my experiences. But of course it wasn't like I just woke up one day and had supersonic hearing. I could hear someone curling in the squat rack 20 miles away, and it's definitely not like that. But so basically I think the best way to put it is like this, like I said, I didn't lose my sight until I was 20, so I understand what it's like when we are seeing, and I kind of understand how it is now, obviously, that I can't see. So when we can see and we have all our senses and you aren't blind, I think like a great example is when we're walking around. So when you're walking around and you can see, you use your eyes more than you do any other sense to get around. So you just look around and you're focused on what you're seeing. So when you're walking around, when you're getting around every day, and you don't pay attention to it when you can see, because it's normal to see. So you're walking around, you're focused on what you see. That's what what you're seeing. Your mind's processing what you're seeing, and that's what you're focused on. So for someone who is blind or that can't see, I can't focus on seeing. So it's literally impossible for me to try to strain or focus and read something, or focus on when I'm walking through the mall. Just for example, I can't focus on what I see just because I can't see. So I naturally, my other senses, I'm focused on more, and I think hearing is probably the one that is singled out and that we use the most when we are, I guess, walking around. Of course, we have feel and hearing when it comes to walking around when you're blind. That's the little blind cane. A walking cane is the technical term, but I just call it my blind stick. But that is, we use that to make sure we don't walk into any columns with our foreheads, which I have done a few times. But I use my ears a lot to get around, so especially when I get into familiar areas. So for example, my case is the gym is the place I go to a lot, and for me there's two speakers that really in my gym's pretty, relatively small, which I'm sure if you watch my videos you can kind of understand that. But I like that about it. But so if I'm facing the mirrors where the dumbbells are, there's a speaker over here to my front left, and there's one in the front left corner and in the back right corner. So that it really does help me as far as orientation and when I'm getting around. And I noticed that you pick up on little things, and when I'm sitting there at the front, at the desk, and I'm talking to people, I just noticed it literally, of course, if I have my headphones in and listen to music, I don't notice it as much, but I still notice like little sounds, and it's just I'm focused on my hearing naturally more now because I can't see, and it's literally impossible to focus on seeing. So I don't think it's really anything that we have like better hearing, or that it's like supersonic or it's heightened, but it's just something that we focus on our hearing more, just because it's something that we have to use to literally function in everyday things that we have to do. And really, I know the squat rack, curling in the squat rack was a joke, and all those other things were just jokes, just to be fun. I know I'm a goofy person, but we, for example though, I can actually sit at the front desk at the gym and tell if someone is on the squat rack. I can just hear, and I literally know every sound in the gym. If someone's on a certain machine, I can usually tell you just by sitting and listening. And that's, if I ever need a spot, that's usually what I do, is I just sit and listen. And if I can hear someone's voice that I know, I'll just go over there. Or if I hear someone on a machine, I'll just go over there and ask if I can get a spot. So of course, it's not like, I don't even think it really, I would say it improved as far as my capability of hearing and the way I hear. I think it's just my brain and my mind is more focused on hearing now that I can't focus on seeing. And I think that's what it really boils down to. And, it's just something that we have to use to really, get around as far as mobility, and to just function in, literally normal everyday life activities. We use our ears more than we do anything, and that's just the way it is. So hopefully that answers your question. If you ever, I'm sure you have wondered, or thought, do blind people have better hearing? Is it heightened or anything like that? And I honestly don't think it's heightened or supersonic, or I hear better. I do have good hearing, and it's just I just notice every little thing. And like some noises now to me are very, very annoying. One of those would be the vacuum cleaner. It's like just super loud, it's super repetitive, it's just that monotone, super loud noise, and the vacuum cleaner is very annoying to me. Just some noises honestly now are kind of annoying, and I hate little, like, I can just tell when people are fidgeting with their fingers, or I don't know, there's just some things you literally just notice every little thing, and it's kind of funny. I don't know, I use hearing for so many things, and when I can just tell a lot of activities just by hearing it, and people are like, well, how do you know that? And I'm like, I'm blind, not deaf. That's like one of my favorite lines. They're like, well, how do you know what I'm doing? Or what? How do you know this? And I'm just like, I'm blind, but I'm definitely not deaf. So yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope it maybe answers some of your questions. If y'all do have any more questions, just throw them down in the comments below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. So, yep, hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If it's your first time stopping in on the channel, please subscribe. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and keep getting stronger.